Hello, Pastor Sunday.
Pastor Daly.
Happy anniversary.
The advocate and the legal practitioner of England.
Thank you. God bless you.
It's a joy to have you again in Kiev.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. And it's been a wonderful atmosphere in the 15th anniversary.
Yes, sir.
The years have gone so fast. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, recently we had a lot of things in the news, especially on the internet, about what is going on in Kiev, and the main thing has got to do with 120 million that they said you took from here and you took to Nigeria. And people have been calling me and say, well, you are Pastor Sunday's friend. What do you know about this story that we are hearing? Well, I said, well, I know as far as you are concerned that the story was a lie, but that when I say you, I will ask you to talk to the world about it. What do you have to say to that?
It's very interesting that anybody will even try to accuse me of any problem with money, because I live my life in such a way that money is not a big deal. But also, I'm not a poor person. God has blessed me so greatly, and I don't have any financial problem whatsoever. So in the real sense, the accusation is totally political. You know me, sometimes when I preach in churches, I don't even take offering. And in some churches, when I see that the church is poor or you cannot do, no, they are not well to do, I even return to them the offering they have given me. I don't need to, you don't need to pay my ticket before I come to preach. If you can do it, do it. If you cannot do it, I pay my own ticket. I don't request people to put me in any five-star hotel or any what kind of hotel. I'm totally different when it comes to money. I'm not the flamboyant, extravagant kind of preacher. And I'm not even the one that supports prosperity preaching as much. I am more of the advocate of economic empowerment. So it is just, you know, Satan is just trying to give the people who have always been fighting us here in this country the opportunity, a foot to be able to attack this time, because during the economic crisis that is going on all over the world, it affected Ukraine as well. The credit crunch came here, and 25 banks went down, and several financial institutions. One of those ones that went down is a financial company in the church that invested about $40 million in land and some other real estate. But when the real estate market stopped because of the credit crunch, it was one of the 25 companies, 25 banks that went down in the country. But the other banks, commercial banks, nobody is making so much noise about them. But because this one was in the church, actually one of the owners of the company was in the church. So our political opponents that have always been looking for a way to trap me thought that, oh, this is a good opportunity. Then they heard that I actually partner with some people to start a microfinance bank in Africa.
Which is not a bank per se.
It's not really a bank.
Yeah.
It's just minor credit, lending union, or what you could call it.
Poor people.
Poor people. $5 credit, $20 credit. It's just. But anyway, they just had it. They thought it. So the journalists reported here in the newspaper that Pastor Sunday has started a bank. They thought it's a commercial bank, and so they said, so the police said, okay, now this is a good chance to catch him, because a company just went down in his church, and now, so the money disappeared in Ukraine, and they said, and it resurfaced in Nigeria. And that it might be a scheme that Pastor had agreed with his members to steal the money and take to Africa.
But do they have any proof? Because they are alleging something to do with criminality of the allegation has got to do with a criminal offense, and without in all courts of law you cannot prove someone guilty without having the evidence, or we are then being convicted.
Because they don't have the evidence, even the government and the people who are accusing me, the police, they don't, it's like they are not interested in it getting to court even.
Okay.
I don't think they are interested in it getting to court. We are the ones saying, let's take it to court.
Okay.
Because I want to use that as an opportunity to prove myself right,
Okay.
and to clear my name. I said, let's take it to court. But they don't want to. Okay. But they want to make noise about it. They want to put it in the media. They are interested in smearing my name.
Okay.
And because I have a huge following here, we have presidential election coming up next year. And it's a possibility that our member might win that presidential election.
Become the president
president of the country.
Wow.
And they think it is not fair for me to be in the country because they think I'm using hypnotism or black magic
to hypnotize all these
masses.
people?
Yes, they think that's why we have so much crowd, because in this country even the president cannot gather so much people. Nobody gathers so much people that we gather. Even the pop stars cannot gather so much people. So they think there's something behind it. So when I say it's God, they say, what do you mean God? What about our bishops, our archbishops, our Orthodox bishops? Why they're not having the same power that you must be using some magic power?
Okay.
So what the politicians have told the politicians in our church is that we are ready to cancel the allegations and the accusations, but Pastor Sunday must leave the country, so that because it's becoming a national security threat. Okay. Because we have 5 million people that are under the direct influence of the Embassy of God, that are being changed. Their lives are being changed on a regular basis. And everyday basis, our ministries from our church touch on personal level 1.2 million people every single day, and the minimum of 5 million people every year. So it's a national threat, really. I can understand them, but the president, our president right now, is aware of the situation, and is against the trick that is being used by the opposition to try to wish hunt somebody for the political reasons. So his position is clear that he's against it. But now we still have other political interests that just want to either diminish my influence or make sure that I leave the country. But they don't know that they are in a big challenge, because this is not just a case with Sunday. This is not just a man that is doing what we are seeing here. God is behind this thing. Without God, I'm a small boy from a village in Nigeria. There is no way I could have done what we've done in this country in such a short time. And besides, why should I steal when I'm not a poor person? I have enough money through my books. I've written more than 85 books.
They are selling.
They are selling. One of them, I've written 85 books in 20 languages. One of my books that came out in America last year was one of the bestsellers on Amazon.com in America. And I have enough money to make a living. But besides that, I've built an organization. Now, it's one thing to be successful as a person, as a preacher, or as a businessman, but for you to be able to build an organization of international standard, you've got to be smart to do that. You've got to be great to do that. It's not just good to be successful, but to build the largest organization on the continent, you've got to be exceptionally brilliant or gifted. So I have been able to build the largest evangelical organization in Europe. And that is, we're having just members that come to church regularly, 100,000 people. But people who have touched, who have given their lives in our church, 2.5 million people, but who have come with their own feet to walk into the church and sign the prayer of salvation. So, but the people we touch on regular basis, like I said, over 5 million people. So, how can I be doing that, having people in churches in 45 countries of the world, speaking to head of states, speaking in the UN, speaking in the U.S. Senate, being members of Bill Clinton Foundation, and being with the powerful people in this world, and then and then now want to steal money. That is ridiculous. Stealing, and that is just a funny. I am a deliverer of stealers, of armed robbers, of people who do all horrible stuff. So to accuse me of that very same thing tells the world about the challenge that I face and people like us face in a country like this, to be able to bring the gospel to these people.
2 Timothy chapter 3 from verse 10 says, But thou hast fully known my doctrine, manner of life, purpose, faith, long-suffering, charity, and patience, persecutions, afflictions, which came unto me at Antioch, which you just said to me, at Iconium, at Lystra, what persecutions I endured, but out of them all the Lord delivered me. Yea, and all that will live godly in Christ Jesus shall suffer persecution. You said something about political intonation to this saga, and you've been through a lot in the past. For those who are just coming onto the scene and are just hearing about this event, and it's the only thing they've heard, can you tell them what you went through in the past?
Well, I've already survived 25 lawsuits against me. So this is just another one, which might not even get to the case. To the court.
Okay.
But what they are doing this time is to smear my name, assassinate it through media, and just say I've been charged, I've been arrested. I'm not arrested. I'm sitting here with
Yes, yes. And we just had
and I'm not
3 days of explosive programs on the 15th anniversary, dancing and clapping.
I've been through
some of them said they've taken your passport away, you can't move.
No. If you want, I will show you my passport. Only I didn't know you were going to talk about that. I would have shown that to you.
Yes.
Right here, I would have shown it to them.
Yeah.
No, I have my passport. I have multiple visas to America, to other countries of the world, to England, including England.
Yeah.
But I want to stay in the country to clear my name. That is important for me because I want to be able to prove to them that, to the world as well, that I am a man of righteousness. And if there are 2 people in this country that are righteous, I'm one of them. If it is only one person, it is me. But they have accused me of, because I come from Nigeria, and we used to have 300 Nigerian prisoners here who are drug addicts. So they used to say probably this church is a covering for drug addicts as well. They call me drug baron. I've survived that one. They had said that I was sending money to Africa from the offering of the people. I've survived that one. They have taken me to court that girls are no more having boyfriends, that I've brainwashed them. I've survived that one. They have taken me to court that people are no more watching television and something. The parents have taken me to court. I've survived that one. All kind of, they have, accused me of healing without license. I've survived that one.
Yes. So you are healing without permission.
Without permission, yes.
Interesting. I was, after the program last night, I went to a restaurant with my friends to have a dinner at a restaurant. So after finishing, I gave the waiter tips. And I said, would you like to go to Africa or Nigeria? I said, no, I don't want to go to the jungle. Maybe that's part of your problem, because someone from the jungle is leading.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to give you a video CD or DVD that you could show to your friends here and to your program that explicitly will explain to them with the situation that I needed to survive in. People living in England and Europe and America, they are talking of racism. They don't know that the racism there is like in heaven compared to the situation that I face here. One of the videos I will give you is when nationalist organizations surrounded our building and demanding that they should release me, that if I don't leave the country, that they were going to kill me. And people are saying this right into the camera and saying black people are the lowest of all kind, that there is no intelligence in them, that they only have emotions, so it is disgrace for them to teach us. So the fact that I'm not just a pastor here teaching the white people here, but I'm actually leading the largest followership of all white congregation is an embarrassment and to a lot of people. And then the other DVD I will show you will show you how these nationalist people go on video, on the internet, and showing how they are killing other people and saying, all you black people, if you don't leave, we are going to kill you like that. And then in my own situation, we've had the parliament stop to discuss what they would do. 3 times the parliament had to stop to discuss what to do about Pastor Sunday because of the influence. And I understand them. If somebody from another country had come to my own country and we don't know his motives, and he's having all our people follow him, it's a threat in any country. I believe if this had been happening in America or England, not just black people coming to church, but people from the government, people from the parliament. I mean, the party that came from our church controls 30% of the parliament of Kyiv, of the capital city. I mean, that's happening.
That's a
and then, and then now a presidential candidate from that church stand a good chance of becoming president of the country, and they don't see him that is a citizen. They are seeing me because I'm the pastor. They are thinking that I'm the one put him there and things like that. So I understand them, but I'm trying to tell them that we've got to be civilized. I don't have my own interest. I'm trying to improve your country. And despite, you've seen all stories that all the progress and contribution that we bring to this country, and how the church physically has been going to influence the society. I'm adding to the culture, to the country. I'm not removing from the country. So I'm trying to explain to them.
Blessing.
I'm blessing the country.
We went out yesterday to supermarkets and we spent a lot of money. And many other people doing shopping, they're bringing money into an economy that is collapsing.
You see, you saw it, that you have people from 52 countries.
Oh, yes.
52 countries coming to spend money in this country, and yet they will not even give because of God. Some of them never even heard of Ukraine before. Because of the church, this place has become a tourist attraction, and yet they will even fight people who don't have European passports. And it is good for you. You have a British passport, but people who are coming from Africa, so they will not even give them the visa
because of you. Because this has been a difficult period, in that you have not been able to go around the world like you do and things like that. How have your friends supported you in this time?
Well, most of them have had a lot of letters of encouragement and support, and they have all been praying for me and saying they know me, and so the accusations don't hold water, and they've been writing me letters of support. Our website is full of letters of encouragement, and but I also say that a lot of other people are rejoicing or waiting for how it's going to end. But it's going to end only one way. I've won before, I'm winning now, and I'm going to win with greater testimony.
Praise the Lord. It has been a wonderful time in the last 3 days. Many preachers who have collapsed, who have been discouraged, but someone touched me while the program was going, said, look at him, bubbly, shining, smiling, and enthusiastic. How are you able to keep on going despite all the attacks from all fronts?
You know, our church is a praying church, so they have been supporting very strongly. We have night prayer going in our church every night from 11 to 6 o'clock in the morning, every single day. 11 p.m. to 6 a.m., people come together and pray all night in the church. And then, you know, I try to seek the face of the Lord myself. I pray, read the Bible, meet with good people, and but what is supporting me the most is the truth, that eventually, no matter how much you kill the truth will rise and resurrect and say, I am the truth. If you cut the truth in 10,000 pieces, each piece will be crying. This is the truth. I am the truth. I've never stolen anything in my life, not a dollar. The Bible says that the righteous shall be bold like lion. I am bold in righteousness. And of course, you know, even the people who are accusing me know this is the truth. But they are saying it as well plainly, that I've become a national threat. Well, and they are telling me, just remain in the church. Don't try to change the society. Don't try to change the culture. Just build a good church. Just remain in the four walls of the church. I said, no, that's not the mandate that God has given me. My mandate is to reform the nation, to reform the culture, and to subdue the country to the authority of the Lord Jesus Christ. If I'm not going to do that, I would rather die. And I tell them, my opponents and the government, that if you kill me, you are in trouble. Because thousands of Pastor Sunday will arise in my place. If you put me in prison, you are in a greater trouble. Because when I go to prison, I know that revival will stand there. But with those people, they are dangerous people, and we are even going to do greater revolution. So, in every direction, this country is banned for heaven, for the kingdom, for salvation. And the countries of the world, the glory of the Lord will cover them, as the waters cover the sea. They don't have any option. You know, so I am here to stay, and for a long time to come as well.
Amen. Finally, I don't know how, because yesterday one prisoner whose life was changed came onto the altar to testify to the goodness of God. And then when you announce that, do we have other prisoners that have been saved through the ministry of God Embassy? Over 400 to 500 people came out.
Yes.
How could a government, former drug addicts, former murderers, how could a government be seeing that a ministry or a church like that as a cult?
Yeah, well, because they cannot do it. The whole government machinery of this country and of any country whatsoever have tried their best to change these people. These are people who have been in prison for 20 years, 30 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. They were murderers, killed people, were thieves, armed robbers. And right now we have 10,000 of them who are saved in prison. In freedom, we have over 1,000 of them who have come out of prison and that have come into this church. Yesterday, we had about 2,000 or so who are former drug addicts who are telling their stories, who are like the army, and telling them that God has used this man to form an army.
Oh yeah, we saw it. Yes.
He's our commander in chief.
For your friends that are out there troubled because I've received several phone calls. They say, we know you are close to Pastor Sunday. What are we hearing? What is happening? How is he? I say, well, I will soon be with him and I will bring him live on television. These people, they love your ministry. They know you are a godly man. They know you are faithful. They know you are righteous and that you are committed to seeing the broken-hearted lifted, the wounded healed, the sick delivered, the poor receiving the salvation of our Lord Jesus Christ. But they are out there and they are distressed. They are worried at this time. What words do you have for them?
When God is promoting a man, you don't need to worry for him. When God is elevating, it has to go through some process of pain. It's like giving birth to a child. It's a wonderful experience to have a child. But when the process, you ask any woman, the process of giving birth is full of pain, birth pangs, and they cause a lot of obstruction and uncomfortability and pain. So that's what we are going through. Just pray that God will keep on strengthening us, giving us the power, the grace to go through what we need to go through to fulfill God's purpose. And the Bible says, rejoice when you are being persecuted. So pray for me that I will just be able to count it all joy until the glory of God that is being released upon this country comes out of the borders of the Ukraine and fills the four corners of the earth.
And what words do you, because you see, for someone that has been through it, someone that has been through it is the only one that is able to take another through it. You have been through a lot, but some pastors are out there facing baby war, what I call baby war, and they want to quit. What do you have to say to them?
Well, maybe you could come to Ukraine and come and compare the challenges that we are facing here to whatever you are facing, or just get some of my books and read the stories and learn to thrive in persecution. If it's difficult, bury yourself in God. Maybe you could take a lesson from what I do. I go sometimes, lock myself up before the presence of God for a week. No food, no wife, no church, praying like 10, 12 hours, 15 hours a day, every day, for 3 days, 5 days, 7 days. And by the time you do that, you imagine yourself in the presence of God. You come out, you are like a warrior, you are like a lion. And you are not the one that will be now afraid. It will now be the opposition that will be scared of you.
I believe that from what I have heard, from what I have seen, I believe another bestseller of a book is coming out of this. And I'll be the first to die.
And one of the reasons I believe God released this candle is because of that book that I'm writing. Yeah. It's called Money Won't Make You Rich, correcting the prosperity gospel and also teaching believers how to become millionaires. Satan doesn't want that book to come out. Why it will come out?
When is that book coming out?
As soon as I resolve this issue with these accusations, we are going to release it in the U.S. like we release Church Shift.
And what is the title again?
Money Won't Make You Rich. That's how Christians could become millionaires.
All right, viewers. Thanks for granting this interview and thank you for tuning into I'm Winning. May you continue to win in Jesus' name. Same time next week. Dele Olawanle is my name. I love you all.
Thank you. Thank you.
На месте, где царит покой, и там в тишине. На месте и молитве я буду ждать только тебя. Я хочу познать тебя больше. Хочу познать тебя и слышать голос твой. Хочу познать тебя больше. Тебя коснуться, узреть твое лицо. Хочу познать тебя больше. Я хочу познать тебя и слышать голос твой. Хочу познать тебя больше. Тебя коснуться, узреть твое лицо. Хочу познать тебя больше. На месте, где царит покой, и там в тишине. На этом месте и в молитве я буду ждать только тебя. Я хочу познать тебя больше. Хочу познать тебя и слышать голос твой. Хочу познать тебя больше. Тебя коснуться, узреть твое лицо. Хочу познать тебя больше. Я хочу познать тебя и слышать голос твой. Хочу познать тебя больше. Тебя коснуться, узреть твое лицо. Хочу познать тебя больше. Я так хочу познать тебя и слышать голос твой. Хочу познать тебя больше. Тебя коснуться, узреть твое лицо. Хочу познать тебя больше. Я хочу познать тебя и слышать голос твой. Хочу познать тебя больше.